today's recap of the NASDAQ 100 futures, we're actually showcasing something we've never shown before. And that's a delta chart. This is what you see right here on the screen, all right? Yep, today we're cracking open a new lens on price action. And if you've never seen a delta chart before, buckle up. Seriously. This is the kind of chart that once you understand it, completely reframes how you look at buy and sell imbalances in the market. So I guess the big question is, what is a delta chart, Chris? Well, it's simple. A delta chart tracks the difference between aggressive buyers and aggressive sellers at each price level. It's built from order flow. That's what makes it unique. So when buyers are lifting the ask aggressively, you see positive delta. And when sellers are hitting the bid hard, you'll see negative delta. At a NinjaTrader, you can actually select a delta chart straight from your data series window. So we've got a couple of custom settings in the delta chart that you can tweak. One of them is the trend delta. The other one is the reversal delta. Let me kind of unpack what those do, okay? So the trend delta is basically a feature that plots the directional conviction in volume flow. So it basically filters out noise and it kind of helps you spot when one side's in control. Now, the reversal delta kind of does what you think. It flags when a previously dominant side begins to lose control. And so it's the beginnings of a shift in power. Think of it that way, okay? Now, this is not your average chart. I'll say it that way, okay? It's not your average chart. It's not about candlestick patterns. It's not about swing highs and lows. It's about who's actually hitting the gas, buyers or sellers, and how hard they're stepping on it. Now, listen, just because we're showcasing this delta chart today doesn't mean you run off and make it your primary. Not yet. Structure is king, guys. Every chart lives within a broader process. You still need your 60-minute chart for bias establishment. You still need your 50-minute chart for confirmation of that bias. And this delta chart that I've got right here in front of you right now, it might be best suited as an execution layer, a sniper scope for scalps, or possibly a trend confirmation enhancer. We're still deep in testing mode here in the lab, but today we're going to walk through how it played out in a NASDAQ session. All right, I think it's important that you see. You'll see the actual delta flows, both trend and reversals, and how they framed out some of the killer setups we're going to see today, okay? It was a clear session with some chunky intraday runs. Now, let's go ahead and dive right into this brand new chart that we've never featured today and see how this whole theme played out in today's market, all right? So, plotted on the chart, we have both PureMO and CYMO. CYMO's for structure. PureMO is to capture the pure momentum swings in price, okay? So this is a very good chart to actually test this in, and we've been really doing a lot of testing with this here in the lab, trying to see how we integrate this as part of a structured process, okay? So here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and roll with it, okay? Now, I'm playing this back at 20 times the speed of the market, guys. So this thing is it's going to move at a fairly consistent pace. It's not going to, be overly aggressive or anything as far as the speed goes. But you could tell by the way that it moves by observing it today that if you were trading this in a live environment, it would probably not move as fast as you expect a candlestick chart to move. Okay, so that's important that you guys know that, all right? So there we go, guys. This is the delta chart for today right here. We got cycle going up, momentum going down. There really is no trade here for us to take in any direction. You've got momentum going up, cycle going down, even though momentum is up here with CYMO. Let's let it roll for a little bit and see where it gives us any opportunities. where I can actually see an alignment of the signals, and then we'll take it. So we got cycle going up right here. We've got momentum still below the threshold right there. So there's really nothing in this trade to take just yet. That looks
order filled,
like a buy signal to me right there. Okay. And the reason I like this buy signal is because you've got both momentum crossing above the zero line, and you've got a structure cross above the zero line right there. So both of these worked out really nice to the upside, and momentum had follow through right here. So this is a nice cycle trade to the upside. That's what that is. Okay, once you get this crossing right there, guys,
order filled.
That's it. That is the end of that move, okay? And because I'm playing this at 20 times the speed of the market, it'll sometimes print like extra bars like really, really fast, because remember, 20 times the speed of the market, guys, is super fast. But that's really the only way I was able to get these bars to actually move, so I could do them in recap mode and actually make any sense of what was going on with price. Otherwise, they move like a snail. Really, really tight. And this is
order filled.
Sell signal to the downside right there. We're taking that to the downside because momentum just went below the zero line. You've got momentum coming down right there, and you've already got cycle below zero right there as well. So A, B, C, you've got a very nice setup right here for price to go down. Alrighty, guys, so we've got price going into trend mode right here. You are definitely in trend mode. Let me just go ahead and plot it right there. And you are definitely in trend mode right there as well with CYMO. Okay, that means, price is below the threshold. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to hold tight until we actually get a crossing above the zero line by the magenta line. All right. Your signals to enter and exit on this might be a little bit different using a delta chart than they are on a bar chart on a 2-minute time frame for the Elephant Hunter system. And that's simply because of the way the delta chart compresses data. But as we're looking at this and watching this whole trade play out, we're looking for the signal to get us out of the trade. And that's only going to happen when this magenta line crosses above the zero line. Okay, that's our signal to get out of the trade. What I want you to notice is the stability of the indicator while the trade evolves and plays out, guys. Okay, the magenta line crossed the zero here. It's still below zero. That means you're still in the trade, and you start beginning to count your cycles as well right here. This is where the trend component of price began. This is the end of cycle one. If that's the end of cycle one, then this is the beginning of cycle one right here. This is cycle number 2 right there. This is the end of cycle number 2 right there. You're just about to begin cycle number 3 right there. So yeah, again, guys, we're watching this. You're looking at where price is going. This is cycle number 3 right here. If you notice, cycle number 3 has not crossed above the zero line, and this is where it crosses above the zero line. That's where the trend ends right there at cycle number 3. I'm going to stick to my guns and wait for us to get a crossing above the zero line right there. And once we do, then we'll be done with this trade. This is like a $50,000 run to the downside right there, guys, that you could have caught if you would have taken my word and signed up for the 7-day free trial and had these tools in your arsenal right there. All right. No more excuses. And you're right here at the zero line. This is probably a really safe bet to take the trade off right there. You just
order filled.
You're crossing and you're done. That is the end of it right there, guys. There is nothing else left in that trade.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
That is precision trading right there, guys. And if you look at it with this ruler, that went from here all the way here. That was about 773 points, okay? Now, I'll tell you this as a developer. If you can find a tool out there as good as PureMO or CYMO that can nail a 773-point trade to the downside, I will quit what I do here and sign up for that tool. Seriously. There is nothing else out there in the market, guys, that has been built and engineered with such precision that it would track a 773 move to the downside with this much precision right here, okay? And this isn't just a one-off today. Look at what happened yesterday in the market right here. Okay. Caught the upside beautifully right here. Okay. Bingo. That's where it goes up. And right there, this is where it went down. And you took the short, and that short ended where? It ended right here when it crossed above the zero line. Oops, I put the down arrow. That should have been a up arrow right there. Ended right there for another massive win. Right there. Okay. So this is something that you can replicate. This is something that you could play with and see if it's part of a integrated process that you want to implement. We still have a lot of testing to do, a little bit more testing on this chart that we plan to do before, I come back and circle back and tell you guys, all right, this is what I, saw on this chart. This is the best use case scenario. But so far, in the last week or so that we've been carefully looking at this, PureMO and CYMO have done a phenomenal job at capturing these trades on this style of chart, on this type of delta chart right here, guys. Okay, so it's pretty amazing. Now, take a pen and paper out because I'm going to give you the settings, all right? A lot of you guys probably looking at this going, what are the settings to this? Okay, it's really simple. The setting right here for these tools are as follow, guys, all right? So you're going to have your first instance of PureMO right here on the chart, and that's going to be set to 30. You're going to uncheck the second box. And then your second instance of PureMO is going to be set to 14. And you're going to have the first box checked off, but you're going to have the second box unchecked, okay? And then you're going to come down here, and you're going to make the wave line transparent, and you're going to make the zero line transparent too. That's all you're going to do. Then you're going to come over here to CYMO, and you're going to make this bad boy 9 if you're trading the NASDAQ 100 futures right here. You're going to make it 9, hit apply, okay. And then, of course, you've got to come up here to your delta chart. And your delta chart, you definitely need to have your custom CYMO session set up. That's very important, okay? So it doesn't impact the internal calculations of the indicator right here. Okay, so your custom CYMO session, whether you're West Coast, Central, or East Coast, make sure you have this set up, okay? You're going to load 20 days worth of data. And then you're going to set your trend delta to 250. And you're going to set your reversal to 600 right here. 250 and 600. Just take notes of that or screenshot it. That's it. And I'll be posting this along with the settings inside the chart recap channel of our Discord. So if you missed it right now, just click on the chart recap channel of our Discord, and you can find the settings and you can find everything that you need right there as well. Okay, here's what I want you to do tonight. Okay, I want you to pull up your delta chart. Same settings I just showed you right now, and load today's session and look for the momentum, the moment that delta flip like right here. All right, it's real simple to do. Then pull up your 60-minute and 50-minute chart and ask yourself a question. Was structure in alignment? And that's a very important question to ask. You can screenshot and mark up your chart and DM them to me over on Telegram. Be happy to look at them for you, because this is how you sharpen your skill set, by training your eyes to recognize the moments that really matter in the market, guys, okay? It's a totally new chart that we've never showcased here before. Now, let me ask you something. How many more trades are you going to miss? Today was a one-sided elephant hunt, guys, and it was a big one. And even if you didn't use this delta chart, you caught it on the 2-minute chart. I know you did, because I got at least 12 emails from guys with screenshots telling me, dude, this is crazy. Look at this. I just nailed this trade all the way to the bottom. I mean, they're like just losing their mind. Seriously. And I know a lot of you guys, are still on the sidelines just waiting, okay? We caught the downside, and we did it using the exact tools you've had a chance to get for less than $200 a month. That's lunch money compared to what the market just offered you right here. You're going to tell me that it's not a good trade to sign up for something for a 7-day free trial, okay? Free for 7 days. You get it? And all 200, and that's not even 200 bucks. It's 188 a month through our Black Friday special. You're going to tell me you're not going to trade 188 a month for a chance to get a 773 point win? That's like 50 grand. You'd have to be the dumbest trader out there not to do that, to be honest with you, okay? And if you're still on the fence after watching 3 days in a row of these setups playing out live, you're not being cautious. You're being reckless. So click the link in the bio, grab the Elephant Hunter or the Hunter Cycle system, or lock in the full bundle before the Black Friday clock runs out. This is your shot. Don't whine next week when the price goes back to normal, okay? Alrighty, guys, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment box. I'm more than happy to answer your questions.